Hey guys, Brian with BK Thinking Out Loud. It's June 16th, 2024. It's Father's Day. And I just wanted to bring this little message to you today. It's actually honoring my father. His name was Lonnie Lee Kelly, born in 1940, and he passed away in 1996 at the age of 56 years old. And here's a few things that are about my dad that I just wanted to talk out loud here. So he grew up in a small town in Rice's Landing, which is south of Pittsburgh, and a small high school. He had a brother and a sister. He was the oldest and lived with his mom. His dad had actually passed away, I think, when he was 14 or 15 years old. His dad passed away from, I think it was a heart disease. So he had it a little difficult there, not having a dad himself, uh, you know, after his crucial teen years to help him to get through a lot of things. So he had to maneuver and handle the life and situations himself. So that's a huge thing. I've thought back on that many times on how he's handled things or how he did handle things as I look back on my young life and growing up with him being my father. So, but I remember my dad brought us up to Lake City, PA. He had a job. He's worked in the grocery industry. There was a company called Kroger's, and then later in life, after I left the house, after I was grown, he worked for a company called Food Line. So he worked all those years in the grocery business, and so we lived a life that was humble. There wasn't a lot of extra money or things in there, though. Though the things I do remember about my dad was that he would take us on little vacations. So a couple vacations we would go to like amusement parks. We went to a baseball game where we stayed at a hotel one night. I think we stayed one night, but it was a Pittsburgh Pirate game, and I was young. I'll never forget the going into the stadium and seeing the players on the field and my eyes lighting up. I always have loved baseball, and just going and experiencing that. I never did get to see my hero, who was Roberto Clemente. That was a little bit after Roberto Clemente died in '72. I was just 9 years old, but I remember seeing the Pirates and being there. And my dad, he sacrificed. He sacrificed his time and money, and he was a good family man, and he paid attention to us. And many times I would, beg him, Dad, will you please play catch with me? Um, and after work, he worked a hard day. He works hard manually with his hands all day for years, and he would give in and say, "All right, I can throw for 15 minutes." Or something like that. But I appreciated that about him because I knew that now, as I look back, I know what a sacrifice that was to give of your time, even 15 minutes, when you're dead tired at the end of the day, trying to just relax. And but my dad was musical. Going back to his high school days, he was into music, and I think his senior year he was even named the head of the music for the students. He was the band leader. So he was really into the music. He played guitar. He played trombone. I think he played another instrument, but those are the main instruments that I remember him playing. He loved the guitar. He loved to just sit down and practice and sing. Many times I'd hear him in his room practicing his guitar, and he'd bring it out at like reunions. He'd take us to reunions to his mom, back to his hometown. We'd go see my grandmother, his mom, and have some great reunions year after year after year for many, many years. And we would get to know, other relatives that we just only see once a year. But we got to know them over the years because we would see each other every year, and I'm thankful and still have some good relationships with those cousins and friends from my family reunions. So anyways, those were some special times that he would make for us and sacrifice for us. Many times we'd go to my grandmother's for Christmas, and we always look forward to that because as a kid, you have your presents, then you have grandma's presents, and my mom's parents lived near my dad's parents growing up, and so we would go and have like 3 Christmases. So as a kid, I was just in amazement and always looking forward to that. But my dad was a good-hearted man. He was very respectful of people. He didn't talk about people. He didn't gossip. And he really, he would keep his opinions to himself. And he was an avid reader. He would read a lot. I remember he'd get Reader's Digest. And, of course, if you know Reader's Digest, has a lot of interesting stories from all different facets of life, different people and news type articles. But he would read that and just many other magazines, and the newspaper he would read every day, and so on and so forth. But people really respected him and loved him. He was a well-loved man, just gentle and laid back, and really just a wonderful father to look up to, and he'd oftentimes teach us things around the house, or try to. I would always try to get out of it as a kid. And I don't know if that's normal. I think it is as a kid. But he'd try to show me how to check the oil, check the tires in the car. I remember one time we painted our house, and scraping and wire brushing our house, and man, Dad, I'm tired. All right, we got to keep going. We got to get this done. And another time we did our roof with the shingles, and talking about hard work. Oh man! So he was definitely thrifty, knowing how to save money. He was really good with money. He would handle our bills and the money side of things, and he did real well with it. I wish I was as efficient and good with money as he was, but very, very good with money. Very smart guy. And so I just, again, I'm trying to honor him. I want to honor him because I know, even when you're in heaven, you can see things. I believe that. I know he can see things. I know he'll get this message. I'm not trying to, I know he's alive and well in heaven, okay? All right, so I'll just leave it at that. But I'm just thankful for him, for how he showed me what a man is, and just showing me a lot of different things in life and how to think through things, and so I'm just saying I'm grateful, thankful for that, and I know one day I will be back with him, because if you know, as I know, the plan of God, the plan of salvation, it is to be all together in heaven when we know him, that is, when we believe in his ways, when we have faith in him, just like the message that Jesus sent to us. And I bring that in there only to say that I'm thankful that God thought of the whole plan, that when we die, we're not just gonna not exist. We are gonna be back together in a reunion form, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my dad, that he was a Christian, and of course that's a big point to make, that he was a Christian, and I'm following the Lord now, and my brother is, my sister is. So it's going to be a great reunion one day. My grandmother was, and a lot of my relatives were. So I look forward to that. But just want to throw that out there, that I'm so grateful for my heritage, my growing up, and the whole reason I came full circle, moving away from Girard, Pennsylvania, Lake City, Pennsylvania, and now I'm back. And I'm so happy to be back, and I love it where my heart is, where I grew up, and hopefully I can give back. But for now, God bless all the fathers out there. I just want to encourage you that your influence, that your presence is influencing people. And always, always try your hardest to be the better man, to be the one that makes it, gives the path, that makes the path for your family, for your kids. Things that your parents may have failed, things that are failing around you, other men and situations. But try to keep on the path and keep trailblazing for your family, because it's worth it. It's worth it. All the fathers out there, I honor you as well, and I give thanks for you, that fathers that are working hard and have stood your ground and have made the path for your family. Thank you for that. All right. Take care, guys. I love you all. See ya.